Good morning, students. This is the ninth lesson under the subject of management process for the BCom final year 5th semester students. In the last class, we have discussed about what is a group, what are the qualities or the characteristics of a group, and what is group dynamics, and some other aspects with reference to the group system. Now we will go for the learning of the concept of group dynamics. Simply, we have already learned that in every organization there are individuals as the employees in the organization. These individuals will work as a group either in departments or in associations to perform the tasks given to them as per the organizational goals and objectives are concerned. Let us see who is an individual. First one, individual is a person. So the person is having a personality. Apart from that, every person is having abilities, skills, knowledge, and some behavior. These are from the individual perspective. When once as a person, as an individual, having all these elements in him or her, as an employee, gathers in the form of a group with the other members of the organization in the group, in a particular group, sometimes there is a match or sometimes there is a mismatch also between and among the people within the group. So there is an interaction of the individual with that of the other individuals in the group, and by default every individual in the group who do have their own given personality, ability, skills, knowledge and behavior, and also you can say communication also, both verbal and non-verbal communication. So with this, every person in a group interacts with each other and among themselves, and that leads to the emission of a force, and that force is called as dynamism or dynamics. So what is group dynamics? The feelings, the abilities, the skills, the knowledge, the behavior, the communication, both verbal and non-verbal, individually and to that of the other members within the group also, will emit a force or project a particular behavior in a synergetic manner in the group, which is called as group dynamics. So the group dynamics depend upon several factors. The nature of the group, whether it is formal or informal, the size of the group, how many people are there in the group, quantity of members, the rules and norms of the group in which the members are associated as individuals within the group, the cohesiveness among the members of the group, the structure of the group, the roles played by the members within the groups. So they are going to provide the dynamism among the groups and within the groups. So taking this into consideration, we will definitely come to a conclusion that there is a difference of work culture as a person and to that of a person within the group or an employee within the group, because here there is a effect of synergy. Here purely personal or individual. Here there is a synergetic effect. So sometimes there may be a clash, sometimes there may be a cohesiveness, sometimes there may be an acceptance, sometimes there may be a rejection between the individual and that of the group. So taking and thinking about this particular concept, how the managers are supposed to manage the individuals who are in the shape of groups and individuals among the group members. That is a big challenging task among the managers. So taking this into consideration, now we will study this, what is the group dynamics under the managerial development. Because in order to get success by the managers while discharging their duties and responsibilities for the achievement of the organizational goals, it is a must and ought situation among the managers of the organization to learn about individuals within the groups in a perfect manner and try to manage the people within the organization. What is the ultimate job of a manager? Manager's ultimate job is getting things done through others. Who are the others? The others are those individuals who are in the groups. So taking these things into consideration, the impact of group dynamics over the organizational success, over the achievement of the vision of the organization, and discharging the actions and activities through the mission of the organization is very much important. That is known to be understood properly by the managers. Hence, managers are expected to have proficiency in dealing with the people within the groups and among and between the groups within the organization. Now coming to the second point. When the people who are in the groups will start performing their things according to the given objectives, in the case of the formal groups or in the case of the informal groups, sometimes people as an individual, even though in the group, they will be going to play some different roles within the organization. Some of the roles played by the group members will be positive and prospective to the achievement of the goals of the group. Sometimes some of the roles played by the group members may be destructive, and sometimes become a demerit on the part of the performance of the group as a whole. Here we'll come to a conclusion, we'll come to a clarification. The contribution of individual and the contribution of a group, and in the synergy what is expected, always the contribution of the group is much better than the composition of the individual contribution within the group. So here the question of validity of individual contribution is no more. The group contribution is being attained towards the achievement of the organizational goals in a perfect manner to earn the success or failure on the part of the organization. So what are the different roles played by the group members normally as an individual within the organization, within the groups? The different roles played by the individual members are called as the roles played by the group members. The first role is initiator, the second role is informer, the third role is interpreter, the fourth role is summarizer, the fifth role is reality tester, the next role is harmonizer, the next role is gatekeeper, the next role is consensus achiever, the next role is encourager, the next role is compromiser, The next role is aggressor. The next role is blocker. The next role is dominator. The next one is comedian. And the last one is avoider. So these are the total 15 types of roles are being played by the group members as an individual within the group during the course of their association within the group and performance along with the group members of the organization. Each role played by the group members sometimes will be positive. For example, initiator is a positive role, informer is a positive role, interpreter is a positive role, summarizer is a positive role, reality tester is a positive role, harmonizer is a positive role, consensus achiever is a positive role, encourager is a positive role. The other roles, sometimes they may be plus to the group as a whole, sometimes they may be against as a gatekeeper. Sometimes he may not allow the other persons to intrude into the group and perform better. So like that, we have different roles normally played by the members. Sometimes a person who initiated and played the role of an initiator within the same group, after some time may change his role and he may act as a blocker also. So there is a change also among the roles played by the same member within the group from time to time. So taking this into consideration, it is a real challenge among the managers to find out the roles played by the members from time to time, and because of that role played by the member, what would be the synergetic effect on the part of the group's outcome and performance of the group as a whole. Okay? In the next class, we will go for an overall view of all the roles as far as the group dynamics is concerned. Thank you very much.